But we are going to grab John from Canada. He, him, wants to talk about why people have faith. Hey, John, you were chatting with SR and Richard Gilliver. What's up?
Okay, here's the answer to why people have faith. It's because life is difficult, and they want reassurance that there's someone looking out for them.
Sure. Is that a good reason?
I'm not saying it's a good reason. I'm just saying why people believe.
No. I'm with you, though. But now we've moved on in the conversation. Like, yeah, man, I don't disagree that is a reasonable understanding of why some people throughout time and now and forever in the future will accept certain things like faith. Not even going to go super hardcore into our different definitions and all that jazz. Just going to be like, yeah, man, largely I'm in agreement with you. And the next step is, do you think that's a good reason to accept something as true?
No, it is not, because...
Yeah, I don't either, man. I don't either. Like, is that the reason that you believe there's a God or like a heaven or supernatural stuff or angels or demons? I'm not saying you do believe all of those or any particular one, but like, is that motivation the reason that you accept those things as true?
Let's just say I have my doubts. But there's another thing I've noticed, that people believe because they want life after death. They just don't want to accept the fact that death could be the end.
Yeah, again, like I'm not like I don't disagree with that. And just on the surface level of it, I think the first question that comes to me is exactly what I just said. Like, is that still a good reason to believe this thing, to accept this thing as being true? I very much am on the side of no. I don't think that is a good reason. It sounds like you're kind of in that same boat. I would, though, and I don't know that this is where you would go, John. I would think probably not, or you wouldn't be a theist. But I would even go so far as to take the next step and say, not only is it just not good, but it is actually bad. It has shifted over to that side of the spectrum here. It's not just not good, right? It could be way better, could be in the positive side, not there. It's also not neutral. It's actually on the negative side. Those reasons for accepting something as true and correct and, representative of the world around us, those reasons are actually harmful. Would you agree with that, John, or would you say I'm going too far?
Now, let's just say that religion can have its good points and its bad points. It can be harmful, but it can also be beneficial. I guess it depends on the circumstance.
I'm just talking about those reasonings that you mentioned. I'm not talking about organized religion. I ain't talking about any words of Christ or yeshiva. Not talking about any of that. I'm just talking about the things you brought up. You said people do this thing called faith because they kind of worried about some stuff. I'm like, yeah, that sounds right to me. You're like, people think like an afterlife is a thing because they just don't want to die. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'm with you. Those two things, are those good reasons to believe in something? Anything?
No, they're not. No, they're not.
I'm with you, man. Do you then take the next step to say, hey, they're actually harmful? They are actually on that side of harm? Or would you say, no, actually, they're neutral. They're not good. They're not bad. It's neutral.
Well, how about this? If someone promises you, give me $50,000 and I'll secure your spot in this magical place where you'll never die and you'll never feel pain. But you give the $50,000, but you never actually see the place. And if you ask for a photograph or any verification for it, the person either says, I can't give it to you, I don't need to, or just take it on faith. I think that would be a bad investment. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of sounds like you're agreeing with me that they are actively harmful.
Yes.
Okay, could. So great. I mean, we're largely on the same page here. Richard, you got
Yeah, I tend to agree. It's I don't know where the contention is. People have faith. Faith can be useful. Faith can be harmful. It depends what that faith is in and what it leads them to think. It doesn't seem to have anything to do with the subject of that faith being actually existing or not. And I think that's the important part we need to get to. Is there a good reason for believing the subject of that faith exists outside of faith itself?
Yeah, and I think that's for sure exactly where my head was there too. Like, yeah, okay, if we agree those are not good to begin with, right? Even so far as to say they're just bad, they're just harmful, right? Then is there good reasons? Is there good reasons to believe? Is there good reasons to accept the existence of a deity of some kind? I mean, I currently have none. That's why I'm on the atheist side of it all, John. Do you have any good reasons to believe? We've already picked out a couple that you agree not only bad, but also, I mean, not only not good, but also harmful. So, like, sweet, what are the good ones then?
Well, I could talk to you about personal antidotes and stuff, but I really don't have the time. But
Are those good reasons, though? Hold up. Are those good reasons? Are personal anecdote good reasons?
No, they are not.
Okay, well, so then why bring it up?
I mean?
We only wanted good ones.
You asked me to give you a reason. I told you a reason why some people believe, but
well, yeah, but when somebody says give me a reason, they don't mean give me a shit reason, right? Like Richard doesn't call me up and go, "Hey, Elliot, give me a reason why my car's not working." And I'm like, "I don't know, a unicorn probably pissed in the gas tank. I don't know." He's like, "Well, that's not true." I'm like, "Yeah, of course not. It's a fucking shit reason, but you just said give you a reason." No, come on. We want a good one.
Okay, how about change lives?
Is that a good reason? Do you think that's a good reason? That somebody started believing something, started accepting a claim as true, and then their life radically changed in a positive way? Do you think that is a good reason?
I don't think so, no. Okay,
me either. See, we're on the same page. I'll give you one more shot. And it's okay, John, because you know you can always call us back, bro. You know you can always call us back. So you can have the whole week to think about it. But one more shot if you think you've got another one. If not, seriously, take the whole freaking week and think as many good reasons as you can, okay? But if you got one more,
I'll do just that. I'll talk to you later. Have a good evening, gentlemen. Have a good.
I love it, John. I freaking love it, man. I cannot wait to talk to you again. Yeah. See, I'm very happy with something like that. You know, people may look at that conversation and feel like, "Oh, Richard, SR, you guys didn't do anything. You didn't go anywhere." And it's like, no, we finally narrowed in on exactly the thing. We want to know what is the good reason. You said this one's bad, this one's bad, this one's bad. Awesome. What's the good one?
Johnny's one of those long-term callers who've gets a lot of criticism for us letting on, but you can see the evolution in his thinking as we've talked to him over the time he's been talking, and it's really good that he's. It's frustrating when you're listening and you're saying, "Give me a good reason," and he's just reeling off bad reasons, which he doesn't agree with. Yes, it's frustrating. But at the same time, it's great that he's thinking about it. And this process takes a long time. A lot of I've never been a religious person, but a lot of the hosts of these shows have been. And it took those people a long time to get out of it. It's not just a case that you hear something and then boom. You think sometimes you have to chew this stuff over and like really think about it and investigate it within yourself, and you can see that happening with John's calls, and I appreciate that for one.
Yep, I'm right there with you, and again, exactly what you said. For those that do remember what it was like being in that belief system, being raised in some type of religion or something, a lot of us probably know or can see how important it is for a current believer to, at the very least, even be able to say, no, there are some people out there who have bad reasons for believing in God. That in and of itself, honestly, is pretty big, because even for me, there was a period in my life where it was like, any fucking reason you got to believe in God's a good reason, baby, as long as you believe. So yeah, that is absolutely huge.